下面说再来看看诸位前辈大德对此的教言。
And then let's look at the teachings given by the great masters of the past. For example, Lord Atisha said,
阿底峡尊者就是说是诸位道友在轮回的
Friends, there is no happiness in the swamp of samsara.
还是要走向解脱的干
Depart for the dry land of liberation. Because in samsara, wherever it is,
不会有好的那种快乐
there are simply swamps.
走向这个
There is no happiness.
有时候虽然这个
So we have to head to the other shore. We have to go to the dry land of liberation. Atisha also taught that although one abides purely by the three vows, if one does not engender revulsion towards cyclic existence, then this can function as the cause of samsara. Even if one were to purely abide the three vows, the pratimoksha vow, the bodhisattva vow, and the samaya vows, but if one were not to generate the revulsion towards the samsaric existence, then whatever kinds of vows that one may hold, let it be the Hinayana vow or the Bodhisattva vow or the Samaya vow, they could become the cause for samsaric existence. So we have to develop renunciation first. And then Jontumpa says, contemplate the agonies of samsara day and night. After acknowledging them out of fear, make our heartfelt wish to escape upward. Only by contemplating upon the sufferings and agonies of the cyclic existence, just as the Geshe Chingagwa and Lanri Tamba, then they would know how terrifying it is to be bound in samsara. And then you would generate the mind to attain liberation. In fact, not many people have fear nowadays towards cyclic existence. Not only so, they are very happy to be in samsara. That is why nowadays, whenever we talk about impermanence, people can accept that. People can receive those teachings easily. But when it comes to giving the teachings on the suffering of samsara, lots of people would think that no, that is no way that samsara is that suffering. I so enjoy it. And then Potawa explains, as long as we perceive it as a palace, there is no way to attain complete liberation from wandering in samsara. And he continues, even though free from the lower realms, there is also no happiness to be found in the mere attainment of non-existence as a human or a god, since the permanent stronghold has still not been captured. Therefore, one needs to understand that all of the samsara is painful. When Kyangcha Dotsu requested oral transmission, Geshe Potawa answers by saying, you should meditate on the shortcoming of samsara, thereby cyclic existence will not be something difficult to forsake, nor will liberation be something difficult to achieve. The so-called renunciation is so crucial. If you do not have that sense of revulsion and that sense of renunciation, you will not be able to attain liberation. Karakpa explains through meditating upon the lack of happiness, wherever one takes rebirth, the need to turn the mind away from all the samsara will be understood. Whatever kinds of rebirth you take, wealthy, healthy, beautiful, whatever that may be, you would still not able to escape all kinds of sufferings, such as the suffering of being parted from loved ones, or suffering from being ill, suffering from being old and sick. All of those kinds of sufferings would still be there despite of your high rebirth. So you have to have the mind of renunciation. then you have a glimpse of hope to attain liberation. So we can see that renunciation is really the root of liberation. It is not easy to generate that renunciating mind. Without renunciation, it's hard to say if you can give rise to genuine bodhicitta and non-dual wisdom. The text 70 admonitions also mentions samsaric beings that have no happiness. And Nyugrumpa said, because you wish to attain enlightenment of definite good, you should give rise to a notion that samsara is a prison. Nobody in samsara has freedom. Everybody is really inmates that's been locked up in samsara. You're firmly bound by samsara, by the afflictions. And then Drogong explained, if you engender an authentic state of mind wherein you feel renunciation towards samsara, complete liberation from the three existences will occur easily and swiftly, just as when flint meets dry tinder. In a very short period of time, you will be able to attain liberation if you were to generate genuine renunciation. Within a very short period of time, the example given is that just as flint meets dry tinder, whenever there's a flint meets a dry tinder, there would be specks of fire. The embers would emit from there. The Tibetan translation or the Tibetan text that says it's the burning hot iron. But burning hot iron is not sufficient. You need both tinder and flint. According to words of my perfect teacher, also talks about all kinds of causes and conditions to boil tea. You need all kinds of causes and conditions, so you can't miss even one of them. In the ancient times, you need both flint and tinder so that you would be able to create fire. You need this piece of white fire rock to create friction from the flint and then burn the tinder. In that way, you would be able to get fire. The meaning is that as long as you have renunciation, whatever kinds of Dharma practices would be beneficial to you, let it be Guru Yoga, the Mahāti, Bodhicitta. Without renunciation, however, it is just like building an architecture on top of ice. Since most people have such great solid graspings towards samsara and have great graspings towards this life, then it is difficult to generate renunciation. That is why in the Chinese Buddhist tradition, it is essential for them to see through the veils of this lifetime. See through the veils of this lifetime is the prerequisites of generating true renunciation. In Tibetan Buddhism, we would contemplate upon giving up this lifetime, without which it is difficult to attain liberation. Regarding the need to endeavor right now, in order to reverse cyclic existence, Dharma through example states, in the past I have wandered for so long in samsara, it has not come to an end by itself, and it will not do so. Therefore, I need to reverse it. Moreover, the time for reversing it is the present time when I have obtained the freedom and riches. In the Blue Udder, it is taught in a similar way. Then Najdorpa Temple also explained, now is the time to distinguish yourself from the cattle. And Nyuserpa said the following: to turn away from the face-to-face with the three lower realms is extremely profitable. For the animals, they do not really know how to attain liberation. But for human beings, we need to differentiate ourselves with the animals. But people nowadays can't really differentiate themselves from, distinguish themselves from animals. They don't have even the most basic kindness. So now is the time. Now is the time to practice. Otherwise, if we were to squander our lifetime, then we are of no difference than the animals. Usurpa said the following: to turn away when face to face with the three lower realms is extremely profitable. If we don't pay attention, we really could fall into the three lower realms, such as hell realm and animal realms. So it is best for you to make confession, to practice, to generate renunciation. In a short period of time that we have as human beings, we need to strive to attain liberation. And furthermore, from Gyaltse Tongme himself, having understood that the nature of samsara is suffering, give up its cause, karma, and negative emotions, in order to obtain nirvana, endeavors intensely on the path to liberation. Now we know that samsara's cause is karma and confusion, that we need to practice on the path of nirvana with great diligence. He taught this way and practiced accordingly, since the path of mediocre beings is the root of path to liberation. It is extremely important. In order to attain liberation, we have to have renunciation, without which we can maybe attain some of the higher realms merits, but we have no hope to attain liberation. We need to contemplate this part again and again. I really hope that you can read and study and review this teaching of the 37 practices of Bodhisattva again and again after class.
Kirgan Nanche Ran Long Chba Ye Chubum Solen Jova Jurva Show.